Hamilton number 2, Auckland 1, West End number 1, Hamilton number 1, Waihopai from down in the south. Sorry, we've got 2 in the South Island. Forgot about that great Waihopai club. And they put up a pretty good showing early on too. And then we go for Tony on the very outside in the bright lime, or bright yellow, or iridescent yellow, I guess is the colour. As they motor out of the blocks here at the start of the men's Novice Eights, and what a great sight as we look right through the middle of them. And West End, the first one to have a bit of a break, and that's to be expected. We saw a great performance from West End on their 2-4s. They looked very sharp when they were coming down the track, and here they go out here now looking pretty good. Although Auckland right alongside them, giving them a bit of a hurry up in lane 4. Down we go through towards the first half of the 500 metres, 250 gone, and it's West End by just on a quarter of a boat length from Hamilton on one side of them and Auckland on the other. Then we'd come back to Petone, over to Hamilton number 2, back to Waihopai and then back to Avon. They settle into their rhythm now and get the swing of the boat going, and West End just tap it along beautifully, although Hamilton not letting them go too far. They're sitting back just on a quarter of a boat length behind them, just a quarter of a boat length behind them now, as we motor up towards the first 500 metre mark. It is the West End combination. They're leading Hamilton by only quarter of a boat length at the moment. Hamilton having another go to get up alongside them. Then we're half a boat length back then to Auckland, and then a quarter of a boat length back to Petone, 1 length to Hamilton number 2, half a boat length to Waihopai, and Avon half a boat length behind the Hamilton number 2. They go down through 6:50 now, and it's still West End sitting out there in front of Hamilton number 1. Hamilton number 1 have only got about a quarter of a boat length, if that, now over Auckland on the far side. And Auckland and these 2 boats now have just got on 1 length over Petone, that's starting to move up onto the back of Hamilton number 1. And Auckland number 1 also starting to move forward now and starting to put pressure on this West End combination. They must feel pretty crowded at the moment because they've got 2 boats right alongside them either side. And one is Hamilton and one is Auckland, and Auckland are starting to move forward on West End. Although West End are doing a fantastic job now as they come through 900, West End make a move. West End make a big move right there and then and take their boat out to half a boat length over both Hamilton and Auckland. They have just gone out nicely. That was the call. You could see it clear as daylight that the call had come, because they all just pounced, and they've taken the boat to 3/4 of a boat length on Hamilton and Auckland, all within about 7 or 8 strokes. It's just all happened. So the response from the coxswain was magic. He would have just enjoyed every moment of that, because they've now gone out to 1 complete length over both Hamilton and Auckland, who are still right beside each other. They haven't shifted. It's just the West End have moved forward, and they've gone to 1 clear length. In fact, they're going out even further. They're motoring away at the moment. They're really digging deep, West End. They've gone to 1.25 lengths over Auckland. Auckland have about 2 or 3 metres over Hamilton. Then we go back another 1.5 lengths to 3/4 to Petone. Petone have a length on both Hamilton number 2 and Waihopai. And then we go back about 2 or 3 lengths to Avon over in there in the inside of the track. But look at this magic row from West End. Out they go. They go to 1.5 lengths over Auckland. 750 metres left to run as they make their way down through that 750 metre mark. They're still digging deep. They're still going. They're racing hard at it, West End. What a great regatta the West End club is having with all their titles they've been winning through Mahi, Drysdale and others, as they make their way down now through towards the last 600 metres. West End, they are sitting out in front now by just over 1.75 lengths over Auckland. Auckland in turn have got a couple of metres over Hamilton number 1. Hamilton number 1 trying to move up. They would like to get the silver medal if they could. They'd like to get the gold, no doubt, but they have to go pretty hard if they want to do it from here as they move up past Auckland. They take over the mantle of second position at the moment by about 1 metre over Auckland as they go through into the last 500 metres. It is now West End by 2 lengths, maybe just on or just under 2 lengths over Hamilton number 1. Hamilton number 1 have got a 1/4 length over Auckland on the inside in lane 4. Then we'd come right to the outside of the track where we have Petone. Petone now are on their own in fourth place and have it by about 2 lengths over Waihopai and Hamilton number 2. Hamilton number 1 in the meantime have moved clearly into second place. So as we pass Shoot Ashore, it is West End leading by a length and a half over Hamilton number 2 and half a boat length back, or maybe only a quarter of a boat length back to Auckland, who are starting to move forward again.
You can see the white singlets and the white blades of West End as they power inside the yellow boys. What a great job they did. Mark says the big move came in just before the 1,000 it came in and most likely caught them off guard. Hamilton, Charlie Haggie, what have you got left with your crew? They're out in front by a length to a length and a half over Hamilton, and the fast finishing Auckland down here in the lane number 4 is coming home well. There's still very, very little in it as they go inside the last 123 metres. It is the white out there of West End from up there in Auckland. Away they go. They're going to get the buzzer. They'll be tickled pink with that. They put in the pressure just before the 1,000. They hung on to the leg. They've tried to pick it up and come with them. Great row by Hamilton and Auckland to get near them. We shoot across to Petone on the far side. Then we come down to Waihopai. Hamilton.
Ben Schubert, John West, Martin Burker, Sebastian McLaren, Sam Henry, Billy McQueen, John Kidd, Nicholas Petrovic and Coxon Bridget Dwyer. And they are coached by Roger Geese. Congratulations again to our bronze medal winners for the Men's Novice 8, Auckland Rowing Club 1. To the silver medal now, would you please congratulate Hamilton. Good to see a lot of Hamilton support here today for Lawrence Mulwick, Aaron Robinson, David Kidd, Dale Pitcher, Phil Carl, Aaron Ferguson, Chris Fowley, Luke Cornell, Coxon Rochelle Jones and Coach Blair Curry. And the winners of the gold medal for the Men's Novice 8, West End. Trey Wellacott, Duncan Blomfield, James Wellacott, Jacob McMillan, Blake Moyle, Andreas Blomgren, Martin Tegg, Jeff Jorgensen and Coxon Chris Beresspot. And Coach Kerry Smith, and they are about to be presented with the George Lindstrom Trophy. Congratulate again, please, the winners of the Men's Novice 8, West End.